All right, there's no better place to try out a new anamorphic lens than on a helicopter ride over Chicago. Well, I can think of a few others, but this is pretty dope. Thanks to Breeze Helicopters for hooking us up, and let's get up in the air now. All right, so sticking that lens out of a helicopter window, a tiny one, was pretty shaky, so I don't think I've done it justice to check it out yet. So I got an all-access pass to this volleyball tournament here in Chicago. Gonna jump in there with Casey Patterson, who is a Olympian volleyball player. So let's see what we can capture on an anamorphic lens at a sports event. Alright, so this 35mm lens is the newest addition to Greyjoy's full-frame anamorphic lineup. They started out with this 50mm lens at a t-stop of t2.9. It covers a 33x24mm image circle, so your full-frame lenses are covered. This set has a squeeze factor of 1.8, so all your anamorphic image qualities are more pronounced, though your image is also more stretched out. If you're shooting at an open gate image ratio of 4.3, you can get a 2.4x1 image without any vignetting on a full frame camera, which is awesome. And obviously it works without any problems on the Komodo. Something you have to keep in mind though is that these lenses are not compatible with focal extenders or any other adapter like the EF to RF adapter that I'm using on the Komodo, because it has a protruding element out to the back, so it would hit the actual filter or the glass element if you're using a speed booster. So one of the complaints that people had, and that I've noticed on the 50mm as well, is that the squeeze factor is not constant. It ranges, I would say, between 1.6, 1.65 to 1.8. So if you're closer up, your image is less stretched. Though I don't feel like I'm seeing that much of a difference in the squeeze factor on the 35. So that's a great improvement. I'm happy about that. Now, as for pricing, the 50mm goes for $1,799. I don't have the pricing for the 35, so I'm just going to do it in post and add it. So the 35mm lens costs
$1,399
US dollars. As for the weight, the 35mm weighs 1.2 kilos, roughly around 1.2 kilos. It's a little bit heavier than the 50mm, but that clocks in at around a kilo. The minimum focus distance of both lenses is 70 centimeters, and also the front element, the filter thread, is an 82 filter thread, as well as the front diameter is 95mm, so you can use your matte boxes without any problem.
Timeout by Benish and Evans, Dalhouser, Patterson, 3-1. Now deflecting the timeout, 3 points.
Now, what I really dig about this lens set is that you have that 1.8 squeeze on a full frame sensor. For that price range, I don't think there's any other option, and it gives you that more pronounced anamorphic feel. And I gotta say though, the flaring is not as extreme on these lenses as I've tried out other lenses. Now, this is more a question of taste, if you want to have more pronounced intense flares or not. But what you can get here is also two different versions, one with blue flares, which is, you know, like the usual go-to kind of color, and also amber flares, which I'm trying out here. Also, these lenses not only come in the very common mirrorless mounts now that allow for smaller, more affordable anamorphic lenses, but you can also get them in EF and PL versions. So I'm actually using the EF version, so I can not only use it on my Komodo with a converter, with the EF to RF adapter, but also on my Sony a7S III on a full frame camera. So if I want to have a setup here and use the 35mm on the a7S III and the 50mm on the Komodo, I think I have a really good range, for example, for an interview setup or so. Alright, so as I'm in the edit right now, and I've gotten a lot of questions in my previous videos asking what software I'm using for my animations, for my titles, for my transitions, and it's actually Motion VFX. I've been using them for years. This is not a sponsored video, I'm just giving you a little bit of a shout out because they do really cool plugins. So I will leave a link down below in the description. It's an affiliate link, so you're supporting this channel in case you are downloading any of their plugins. Check it out down below, but let's get back on the volleyball field and see some more footage from this little lens here.
How fun is that?
Yeah, I mean,
Did you just get that?
that lens.
Oh, the lens? And
Yeah.
but you've had the red for a while.
Oh yeah. The Komodo.
Dude, it's like a rabbit hole I don't want to go yet.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's such a money pit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm trying this. Like, do you know anamorphic lenses?
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
where it just like how it makes the light look sick,
Yeah, so
refracts it.
exactly, and
Yeah.
like into this wider field of view, and then
Oh.
the oval bokeh and so
It's gonna
forth.
be Thanks for coming, dude.
No, thanks for getting me in here.
You too.
Yeah, good to meet you.
I'll see you around next time.
All right. Oh yeah, definitely let me know.
I'd
Definitely
love
let me
to.
know. All right. So what's my conclusion after having shot on the Laowa Nanomorphs, on the Sirui full frames, and the Sirui 35s? What do I think about the Greyjoy full frame anamorphic lenses? Well, I think they are definitely a worthy contender. Certainly, each of these lenses have their own ups and downsides, and when it comes to the image, at the end of the day, it comes down to choice. Do you want to have that high squeeze factor? Do you want to have more intense lens flares? So that's really what it boils down to. Price-wise, they're all very, very similar. So I would say give it a go. Check out the footage, form your own opinion. Let me know down in the comment section below, because I have videos on all these other lenses on the channel. Check those out and let me know what you think is the nicest, best looking of those lenses. And I'm curious to hear it. So hit me up there, and as always, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I have a big trip coming up, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait to take you with me. And as always, have a good morning, have a good night, whenever and wherever you are around this beautiful planet. Those are cans or bottles. Bye bye.